producer Neal Ruhl. Sit back and relax. It's time for your daily dose of Big D energy.
It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. What up, everybody? Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, Darren, McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter here in the building. Lots of stuff going on a Tuesday, and usually we like to talk about life or something that's going on in our lives. But today, this has been an incredible morning in the sports world so far. Kenny Golladay has been released by the New York Giants.
Really?
So he finishes.
Who are you going to compare Amon-Ra St. Brown's contract to this year?
Well, I think it lives in infamy because Kenny Golladay will get $4.5 million in a roster bonus to walk away, bringing his career earnings to the New York Giants in 2 years to $40.4 million to catch 43 passes.
Okay, wait, hold on. I think that's better than Chad Henne's career. Or are you still taking Chad Henne or Kenny Golladay?
I'm taking Chad Henne because there's no public embarrassment to be Chad Henne.
But, Neal, this is Big D Energy. What anybody thinks about you is none of your business. No?
No, I would take Kenny Golladay.
Okay.
Yeah, I would take Kenny Golladay.
That sort of reminds me, because that's sort of like karma, right? And you know how I believe in karma. So if you know, Evan Stockton, oh gosh, coming your way. And by the way, maybe if karma does happen, Neal, that you could do football, right? You like football? Bally's is going up. Wait, the Illich Network?
We'll figure all that out.
Dude, you know what? The Illich Network, you and I would be good. I'm throwing the universe because I believe in karma. Also, that alternate. We could do like the Manning cast for hockey.
For hockey. Now, that I would do.
That'd be sick. You could have bourbons.
That I would do in a second.
I could have a bourbons and bongs with T-Mac and Neal.
The bourbon and bongs.
Spenny, you coming over to watch?
Oh, for sure.
You got to run it. Spenny, sure. We need you there.
I'll be there.
Yeah, absolutely. And, dude, we could do like Spenny challenges, which, by the way, we're going to be locking that. I think we're going to be locking that in soon.
Hell yeah.
Locking it in. We're talking about Spenny doing the 9-inning, 9-dog, 9-beer challenge at Tiger Stadium for all of us to enjoy this summer. Afternoon game. What did we say? Like looking Arizona-ish?
Somewhere there.
That's like a song, looking Arizona-ish.
No, but so obviously, like we said, a lot going on around the sports world. Detroit Dabber 313. Remember, jump into the WoodwardSports.com chat thread and the podcast page. Don't forget about that as well. Wherever you get your Spotify, iTunes, wherever, subscribe to it, rate it, review it. Do us a solid. Rate it and review it. Please do that for us. And you can rewind, fast forward, skip the part you want to go, skip the part you don't want to listen to, go ahead to the part you do want to listen to. Fully customizable, and it goes right to your phone. If you're lazy like me, it is perfect for you. Detroit Dabber 313. Kenny Golladay absolutely fleeced that organization with the bag, LMAO. I know, and I love it.
That's why his first Christmas card every year goes to Dave Gettleman.
Shots.
There we go. We got it, Sam Flannel. We got it.
Chopping it. Way to go, Flannel.
Absolutely. Yes, and there was some Red Wings news as well. Your guy Wallman got a little bit of a bag as well. They extended him.
And you have to like that deal.
100%.
3.4 average annual with what he, arguably, maybe the most under-the-radar player, and I know it's regional that we watch the Wings, but who would have thunk, right? What a deal. Another great deal by Steve Yzerman, a guy, Wallman, who was hurt coming out of training camp and stuff. But when Derek Lalonde made the decision to switch up Moritz Seider, it's been probably 15, 20 games now. It's not only changed Seider's game, but Wallman's proven. It's proven you can skate. I brought it up before. Wallman and Osterley are some of the best skaters in the league on defense that sort of get overlooked. But, last night didn't go as well as planned. Apologize. Didn't feel
we'll get into that.
But the big thing, and I see people that I know in my Twitter, Darren McCarty forward, when that thing blows up, but like, D-Mac, can you play one more shift? Can you get back in? Yes, it was a physical game last night, and I think you really saw the absence of Michael Rasmussen and the size of what he brings to that team on the second line, especially since playing the wings. So something they'll have to adjust to. They're back at it. Biggest game of the year is tonight, so we'll talk about it in a bit.
Yes, we will. And we got some Lion stuff to get into. Also, new helmets, new uniforms afoot. I know everybody loves that stuff. People are putting their cake down on the Lions as well. I was stunned to see this stat. We'll discuss that coming up as well.
Is it one of those more, the stats that we're getting, right, from the Super Bowl odds to the NFC odds to different things like that, is it one more of a stat to prove the argument that this team is for real?
No, at least it's perceived as real.
Thank you. Perceived as real.
And perception's reality, right?
Well, that's what I was getting to.
That's what I was told.
Absolutely. And we were told.
Tammy Chin says, I'm so happy they renewed Wallman's contract. Don't worry, I'm not going to jinx him and get his jersey. Thanks for that, Tammy. Hope you're feeling better, by the way, as you recover from the gallbladder stuff and everything that was going on with that. So,
no, the oatmeal. They tried to feed her oatmeal. Forget the gallbladder. That was easy. They tried to poison her with oatmeal.
Yeah, that's what, well.
Blasphemy.
Not just any oatmeal.
What?
Not just
cream of wheat.
Cream of wheat, yeah.
Well, that's what I mean, the cream of wheat. Is that oatmeal?
Yeah. Tammy's already back to work, so she's recovered fully from the cream of wheat. But that'll get you
out 4 to 6, back in 1 to 2.
But that's the thing. Like, if you're sitting there and you're in the hospital and they're like, okay, we brought you food and it's cream of wheat, you'd be like, all right, I'm good to go. Check me out of here. I'm out.
It's an insurance scam.
It's an insurance scam.
When I was
Absolutely.
in the hospital, I had shepherd's pie. It's good stuff.
I love shepherd's pie.
What were you in the hospital for?
But can you mess up shepherd's pie, though?
What were you in there for?
A concussion.
Oh, so you could eat shepherd's pie.
Yeah.
Self-induced?
No. It was
football?
Football, yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
They had to cut my pads off me.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Oh, nighty-night.
Oh, yeah.
Cuckoo.
Oh, yeah, I was gone.
Cocoa Puffs.
Convulsing on the
Cuckoo.
sideline.
Oh, wait. No, not... Spenny, you just took it out of the fun.
Yeah.
Right now, it was cartoonish. Now you just made it like...
Human.
I was trying to get back in the game.
Don't
like
make it
DeMar.
human.
I was trying to get back in the game. I was sitting there. I was like...
Well, that's sweet.
I was like, I'm going back in. My boy Darius is like, no, you're not. And then they come over, and it was homecoming, and my sister and my mom are crying in my face, like, oh, my God. And I was like, I'm fine. Like, it'll be all right. Yeah, severe concussion and brain swelling.
You know what Danny
Missed
Raxter said?
homecoming and missed the party.
You know what Danny Raxter
gosh.
said? Same thing Craig McCarty said.
Yeah.
He said, he'll be all right. It was his head.
Yeah.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Some people are upset with you, D-Mac.
Oh, for what?
Tim France says, it is not oatmeal. And I'm with him.
Okay, I didn't know.
It's not oatmeal.
I wish it was. I was trying to ease the blow. Tammy's in recovery, guys. Why you got to be so mean?
Cream of wheat could give you a lower bowel injury, an LBI. That comes from Mike G. Mike G on brand.
Mike G.
Jason Moose says Spencer still looks so weird without the beard.
Yeah. It's getting back.
Weird without the beard. Let's get a picture and put it on a shirt.
It's coming back slowly but surely.
Yep.
That's a big deal, or that's a heavyweight. Weird without the beard.
Yeah.
Brandon Katz, Jalen Ramsey's salary second highest in the league for cornerbacks. He's not getting a new contract. And there was some clarity, too. And I forget who it was in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread that brought it up yesterday when I was talking about Ramsey's contract, and they were right. I didn't know the details of it, so I went, because it was bothering me this morning when I was on the treadmill at Planet Fitness, that I wasn't correct about something, or at least I didn't know. I'll say it like that. And when, what?
That's the closest you've ever admitted
I didn't know.
being wrong. No,
Yeah.
I understand.
I didn't know.
Knowledge is power.
And they brought up the fact, too, that Ramsey's cap hit for a team that acquires him, I forget what the exact number is.
The old tax.
Like 19, 18, and 17 with only 12.5 of it guaranteed, because the restructure that they did, the Rams are responsible for. I didn't know if it was void years. I didn't know if it was void years at the end or what the deal was. So props to you. And again, I guess if I was really giving props, I remember who said it. But you know who you are that said it. You were correct. And no, it's good. It adds, It adds affordability.
Adds more value for the team.
It adds affordability,
right?
Yeah, it adds affordability to it, and it's one of those deals for me that I like, And you guys know where I stand on this.
You like this?
There's no escape hatch.
Well, let's go get them.
There's no easy.
Oh, okay.
Easy.
I didn't know. I mean, we're so honest.
You're so on brand,
is that the play on push? I thought we were going. Okay, I'm back. Just tell me back to the cage.
Big E, Big E says thank you. Now, Big E, if that was you, good catch on that. Like I knew it was restructured, but I didn't know if they did the void years the void years are the new thing.
Big E, nice job.
The void years are the new thing on the deals.
Lily would have never got that.
Yeah. The podcast I listened to too, the Spotrac podcast. They were talking about Bobby Wagner and how the Rams do business. It was pretty interesting about how they pay you money to go away.
Still on Ramsey though, with the contract yesterday, you were adamant that it wasn't a first rounder.
Yes.
Does this require change of mind, and is it like Brandon Katz said he will require a first rounder? Does that because of the contract? You could see more of why a first rounder.
It increases the value, no doubt.
Right.
I don't know that I'd be prepared. I don't know that I'd be
Okay.
prepared to do that. And the reason being is because I'm going to pay Jeff Okudah $10 million next year. So that's kind of my problem. We're going to tie up, $30 million on 2 cornerbacks. We're going to do that. We comfortable with that?
Because you're not cutting Okudah.
Correct.
Okay.
Now, if you're going to tell me we're going to cut Okudah, I'll have that conversation.
So
see what I'm saying?
Does it make it more feasible? Is this
Shots.
boy Sam? Does it make it more feasible to trade a first rounder if you did that?
More feasible?
Like, are you leaning that way more?
I'm more open to it than I'm not close to it
What
like I
about
was
next
before.
year's first rounder? Right, because next year, if you are going to be that good, adding him and winning, you're picking 20-something, like a later first rounder,
Yeah, because then I can go the Rams.
Rams.
Yeah, because then too I can go the Rams style where I don't have a first round pick, so I don't have a 5th-year contract on the books. 5th-year bonus down the road.
I'm just saying, dude. I mean,
And so if we're talking about extending this thing,
when you teach draft capital, salary cap class, I do pay attention.
yeah.
So I'm just saying it makes it more feasible. So if people get more excited about trying to acquire him, but there's also there's other questions like we brought up yesterday.
Yeah.
The Aquaras and the Harrises.
And Brandon also says too, if Detroit takes Witherspoon at 6, they end up paying him $10 million a year, and he's totally unproven. Ramsey's $10 million more, and he's good as any cornerback in the league. And Brandon, you guys know me. I'm consistent. I'll pay for quality. I'll pay for known quality. I will. That's why I will never take a cornerback at 6. I'll never do it.
Right, and if you traded for Ramsey, then that would sort of make trading back or getting somebody else.
Sure.
Right?
So that's just to kind of close off
We're in the
that discussion
conversation, that's
yesterday.
all.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, and the age does concern me, Jason Moose. Yes, it does, because he's pumping up near 30. So just saying, but I'm only on the hook for next year.
Aren't you looking at a 2-year window right now? Or are you looking beyond that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going probably the 4-year window route. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going the 4-year window route as
Okay.
next year's year 1. You know what I'm saying? Because again, if you're the favorite, which we will get into, because Benmo had some interesting stuff on there, but we are going to talk Red Wings and the game last night. What a bummer that was, man.
Yeah, it was tough to watch.
What a disappointment that was.
Well, there's learning to be done, and it goes to the consistency of some of the inconsistency. But boom, there you go. It's been 2 weeks since you've had a losing streak, but again, it goes to show you how important each game is.
No, it is, and we're going to talk about when we come back after I tell you about the Sports Marketing Agency. They help spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse, and they have a new podcast called This is the S Word. Helps fight the stigma associated with seeking help. You guys know what we're talking about with that. For some reason, it's still an issue, and they talk about it. If you're struggling or you know someone who's struggling, go to thesportsma.com. Again, thesportsma.com, the Sports Marketing Agency. They're here to help.
I love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
Can't get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. We are off and running. Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter here with you on a Tuesday. Red Wings fall yesterday, 6-2 to the Ottawa Senators in Ottawa. Disappointing, no question about it. D-Mac, it's just... And look, I saw a lot of complaints about officiating and stuff like that, and I don't know that I'm prepared to go there to that level. The bottom line is they executed on the power play, man. Ottawa did. And you know what's funny about it, D-Mac? And I was even dismissive of it. I gave him more credit before the season because I'm a big Alex DeBrincat guy. Like, that's my guy from back in the OHL days. Ottawa low-key, and probably I dismissed it because of the start they got off to. Ottawa low-key put together a nice little squad on the fly from being down in the depths. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that they got the credit they deserve.
Claude Giroux, obviously,
yes. Saw him make a difference.
Brady Tkachuk, and here's the thing: what happened last night is we all agree, right? Ottawa took it to Detroit physically. I mentioned it really showed the difference when Michael Rasmussen is not in the lineup. The lineup is a lot smaller and plays a lot smaller. You only have a few guys that are throwing their weight around where everybody on Ottawa was throwing their weight around. Here's the one thing, though. They were undisciplined. They took a lot of undisciplined penalties, and before the game, if you listen to the pregame or reading anything, is that Ottawa's power play is legit, one of the best in the league. I heard Derek Lalonde compare the Ottawa team to the Tampa team as far as firepower and offensiveness, and what did we see? That was it. I saw somebody said that Hellberg looked less Viking and more Nedeljkovic last night. He held them in early, right? But Ottawa came to play. Ottawa knows that this is a playoff game. DJ Smith, who comes out of the Windsor Spitfire organization, has been a coach, around the league. He plays that physical brand of hockey. So, again, to me, it was more the undiscipline of the Wings and taking the penalties and then not being able to execute. But talent-wise, if you give Ottawa the opportunity, they'll take it. So, what are you going to do? I mean, it's playoff hockey. You're not the only one in playoff hockey mentality.
Right. Well, that's when I look at this, D-Mac, too. Like as Jason Moose says, maybe this will wake us up. They're 7-3 in the last 10. You know what I'm like? They're up.
Yeah,
they're
and
up.
here's the thing, right? This is where I can't say that. Like it's like we nailed the clock. Right, with the Lions, where we had it on 34 games, 2 years. Right, I said this is coming down to the last 2 games of the year. You can make it so much easier on yourself, but I mean they're all tough. Everybody in the Eastern Conference is in playoff mode. Even you watched the game last night between Boston and Edmonton. That's playoff hockey. So teams know it's time to dial it up because it's a real deal time. So Husso will be back in net tonight. I think that'll give the boys a lot of confidence and. They got again must win. But Ottawa's going to come out and play the same way, so you got to be disciplined.
I want to take a 30,000-foot look at this too, and this is going to sound whiny, and I already know what I'm walking into, and I know what you guys are going to say about it.
Like Sam Flannel, Michigan Wolverine whiny?
No, because it's based in fact. So that's where it'll be different. I know people...
Fact whiny, not opinion whiny.
Correct. And people are going to tell me, well, you need to get over it because it happened, because that's what they told me before. But D-Mac, this is what you sow with that whole Nedeljkovic nonsense that we ran, where we ran him out there for 2 weeks all the time, and he's losing games 8-2. What did I say? I said this is going to be hard because you're playing a 74-game season instead of an 80-plus game season. Every time you ran this guy out there, you had no shot at getting points. This is where those crops come to harvest right now.
Well, hold your breath till the last week of the season and really preach that. Really preach that.
D-Mac, I'm getting a feeling because again we go back to this game tonight. Look, I know there's 20 left, everybody. I know that. You lose this one tonight, and Ottawa's on par with you. And there's another team you got to pass. You know what I'm saying? So every night that these teams that are in front of you, be it Buffalo or Pittsburgh or the Islanders or Ottawa, every night they play each other, somebody's going to win. So you can't gain ground that night. So your 20 games becomes 14 or 13 or 12. You see what I'm saying, D-Mac? Like the math crunches up. You just can't start like that. And that's what we saw with the Lions, where there was no room for error. No room for error. And the Carolina game ultimately sunk them, but they had to be perfect coming in. And that's where the Red Wings are right now. And this is where the whole Nedeljkovic thing, to me, really, really rears its ugly head. And I know people are going to say, well, get over it, Neal. Why are you bringing up the old stuff? It's true. The Red Wings did not have an 80-plus game regular season. They had a 74-game season.
But you know what the beauty of it is? Other teams do the same thing. Other teams have done the same thing. It usually evens out in the wash, and the better teams nip it in the bud. Don't you think Steve Yzerman and the organization got ahead of it more than getting behind it? You've seen the Nedeljkovic situation drag out. No, what'd they do? They sent him down. What'd they do? They signed a different goaltender, a goaltender who won a game on the road in Calgary. You know, he's 1-1. What do you expect out of your backup goaltender, right? You don't have the elite, 1A or 1 and 1A.
No, and that's where Hellberg's different, because he has given you a shot to win games,
right,
i.e. and has won a game.
Bud. So getting ahead is making mistakes and not making the same ones over and over again. So you know what? If you want to sit there and whine about,
I do actually.
So that's what it is. So I'm saying wait till the last week of the season when you can really get mad.
Okay, so all right, that's fair, D-Mac. That's why we talk these things through.
It.
So that's fair. So if they're 4 back with 2 games to go, and their fate depends on an outcome of 2 teams playing each other, then I can go.
Then you
really
get pissed
step
off on it.
Okay,
yeah,
fair.
Really step on it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mark that.
Got it.
Mark that. We'll come back to that. But that's the way I feel, guys. I'm sorry. I'm paid to come up here and tell you how I feel. Mike G says, Neal, it's like you working with flannel. You had to see what you had in Sam and some early starts, even with his bad Ben Wallace takes.
But we don't let that outing go. We don't let it go. He'll always hang on that.
Just like I'm not going to let the Nedeljkovic thing go.
Right, exactly. So it's not quite there. It's not quite that egregious. Look that word up, Spenny. It's just the way. It's just the way that it goes.
Yeah. So that's what it is. The damage was done, man. It certainly was.
But again, did you have a hope? But didn't that And that's the thing that's where you're going to face. And if you watched that game or felt the vibe of that game, that's that playoff, that heaviness that Ottawa played with, right? That the fact that, to me, that reminded me of a playoff hockey game. The last 2 games reminded me of a playoff hockey game, and look at how different the games were, right? That's what you're going to need down the stretch in these last 20 games, is your guy to be on the ball, like Vasilevsky was against you the other night.
Yeah. Lions
starts tonight there, Hoos. Starts tonight. Glasses always half full, right, guys?
Lions Planet says if we lose tonight, we should be in sell mode. And I don't think we should be in sell mode or buy mode. I think we're in stay the course mode.
I think we're in hashtag what's the plan? 1919 mode.
I mean, we always are. We always are.
Better be.
In that. But that's where it is with me. Like I don't look at this and react minute by minute and all this. And even to like with Hellberg last night, he gave you a shot to win that game. You had the lead in the second period.
Absolutely.
You weren't dusted from the beginning. You weren't down 4-0. So that's, he did enough, I thought. He did enough. It's just you put them on the power play in their barn. Sometimes you pay the price, especially Ottawa's skilled, man.
And they're one of the best power players in the league.
And your best penalty killer isn't in the game. Like, Rasmussen brings the edge to bang with some dudes, and he's one of your best penalty killers.
And I got to give D-Mac a lot of credit about the Rasmussen thing, because that's been your guy for a very long time. And I kind of poo-pooed it. I'm not going to lie to you. I kind of poo-pooed it. But last night, and I sometimes this is good and sometimes this is bad. I was doing Greg Campy's radio show last night. So the games are up on the TVs at RJ's Pub when we're doing the shows. And I'm looking out there. And I look, and what you said earlier really caught my ear, in that when you look at the size or lack thereof, when you look at the size, the Red Wings have a lot in common with the Pistons from that perspective. Where when you looked at the Pistons pre-Wiseman trade, you looked at them on the floor and said they don't belong with that team out there.
Yeah.
And that's what I thought about the Red Wings last night. They look small. Just the eye test.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And it's funny you say that, because I was watching, for whatever reason, some of the Pistons game last night. And that's what I noticed. It more looked like I had to look twice because I thought it was a college game. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Not saying anything, but to the fact, but a lot too is the why is look at how much these guys are college age players, so that's why it makes sense, right? But to the size or the small. But Neal, like, this is a lesson to everybody, and it's not just because it's so factual, it's sexual. But when I said to you, remember the conversation I had with Chris Draper about 6 months ago? And I said, hey, Ras is coming. Like, he's really, and Drape said, yeah, he's on his ways. He's going to be a really good player. Like, and we're talking about the penalty kill and the fact that, and we're talking about Drape's even saying, I think he's better for us on the wing than he is at center, but the versatility's there. He's definitely that Swiss Army knife, right, on the forward stuff. So I think what you saw last night was the imperativeness, not only of the size, but a guy like him in the lineup. Mm-hmm. He plays all situations.
Mike Bell brings this up in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Says, we've been down for so long in major sports, we should all just be thankful to be in contention. And Mike, both things are true. And that's probably why I'm so locked into this. And that's probably why I'm overreacting to it to some degree. Again, I'm not somebody
You're trying to fire up your engine. It hasn't been fired up before.
Right, absolutely.
You're trying to fire up that system. Remember when you didn't need that second furnace, right? And you had to go down and kick it on that one time?
Yes.
That you're trying to kick on the second furnace.
No, and Mike, I'm with you, and I am happy about it. I'm just so happy that something has meaning other than how the Pistons game had meaning yesterday. Meaning in reverse.
I was scared when LaMelo broke his ankle. I was like, oh, no. They could win this game.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, I watched that. Like, what, bad step? Misstep?
Yeah.
I feel bad for the kid.
What shoes was he wearing?
Probably his own.
That's not a good sell.
You know what, though? Real quick. I know we're up against a break. Can everybody out there just admit they were wrong about LaMelo Ball? All the LaMelo Ball slanderists out there.
He's never going to make it, Blaza.
He's great.
He's, 100%.
He is a great player.
Hey, and you know what?
You're using great a little bit loosely. He's very, very good. He's obviously been a success so far, but you're calling LaMelo Ball great. He can be
not
great.
Like an all-time. Okay. I'm saying he's a very, very good player. Would you take him right now?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I'd also take his brother if he didn't have degenerative knees. The Ball brothers, they've worked out.
His brother might be done.
Yeah.
You know what? He's got gray hair, though.
He does have
gray hair. I know where he goes.
If he wanted to get it fixer-uppered a little bit, you know where he could go? He could go to Lady Jane's for award-winning haircut experience, and he could also register, not that he needs it, but you can, for once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win a down payment for your dream home, up to $200,000. Lady Jane's open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Saturdays at 1 p.m. Make sure you're watching WoodwardSports.com for our new show, Chompin' Puck.
He shoots! He scores!
With four-time Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty and Michael Gentry, Chompin' Puck is taking the Detroit hockey community and giving them a voice. Pros to Joes. You'll get the best Detroit hockey coverage around. Jump and Puck. Saturdays 1 p.m. on woodwardsports.com.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
We aren't quite sure if they consume more beer or sports. Either way, the heavyweights are here. Live on Woodward Sports, daily 5 to 7 p.m.
Off and running, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Ruhl, Darren, McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter. Here with y'all. Jump into that woodwardsports.com chat thread. Get your thoughts out there as well. And of the woodwardsports.com chat thread, I had it and I lost it. Who did you say it was? So it was Mike Bell again?
Yeah, Mike Bell.
Give me Ja over LaMelo Ball. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah.
Thanks for that crack analysis.
Yep. Hot takes.
Yeah.
Mike Bell.
I'll go Luka. You know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Maybe Giannis.
I'd take Jason Tatum. Yeah. You know.
Really?
Jokic.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. MVP candidate is.
Yeah. Paul Thomas says, give me Ja over 99%. I would say 99.9%
yes.
of the league. So just having some fun there. The Lions, their offense, looking to have some fun next year, D-Mac, as well. I don't know if you caught wind of what Ben Johnson had to say. Said, quote, the conversations we're having now as a coaching staff are like calculus as compared to the pre-algebra we were doing a year ago this time. And look.
That's the one I was trying to paraphrase yesterday.
Yeah. So, algebra was about where I tapped out in terms of math, which was great about college. I was able to take, I took a women's studies class to get out of chemistry and calc and stuff like that.
Nice.
You know, I angled.
Strong move.
I maneuvered.
That's something I would have followed.
Which actually was one of the more beneficial classes I ever took in my life, actually. I'll tell that story another day.
Obviously, look at your wife. She's so upgraded. It's like, hey, that's way even higher than the hill you live on.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is living proof of that class. You should be a spokesperson for that women's studies class.
Yeah, we were together since high school, though. I was with her before.
That's what I'm saying. And she put that's what I'm even more proof.
I always like to say my wife is like if Darko would have turned into Dirk. That's my wife. You know, like high upside. You know.
Yeah, actually worked out.
Actually worked the high. You know, actually was stratospherically above even like the projections. Really high upside. That's
Are you
what
the
she
championship?
Oh yeah, 100%.
You're the title.
No, I'm that savvy GM.
Yeah.
You know, I knew what I was walking into.
Yeah.
I knew what the projections were.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So that's what it was. But the Lions, I tapped out at about algebra. Right after algebra, we got into geometry. That's where you pretty much lost me.
Which one's algebra? Is that the twos on the top?
That's like the FOIL method. And the x squared plus y equals 2x. Solve for the equation for x. Yeah, like they don't even ask you a question. It's like a declarative statement with a period. I'm like, so what's the question? That's what I always struggled with.
Because I could do the answer in my head, and they wanted me to explain.
Yeah,
I was done. No,
that's where I was done.
Why,
so you and I tapped out at the same time.
They want to cheat off me. They want to see my. I don't need to show you my brain working.
Here's the answer.
Did I get the answer right or not?
Yeah, Big Play J. Yo, Neal saying his wife was boom or bust is crazy. LOL. No, it was not boom or bust. It was like Wembanyama. If Wembanyama turns out to be as projected, it was like LeBron coming out of high school. She was the chosen one, and it worked out. So there you have that. No, it's you and I are the same then. We pretty much tapped out around the same time. So I can't relate to when he's talking about calculus, but that sounds like it's pretty good, D-Mac. Like they're expecting a lot.
From what I hear, the conversations have advanced, right? From my understanding is that they've gone to a higher level, graduated.
Right.
From high school to college.
They're in spending math classes now.
They're what?
They're in spending math classes now.
You're
hey,
high
can
level
I ask
math?
you guys
a
question?
Calc.
Hey,
you're what?
I took AP Calc.
Did you really?
Yeah. I got a 3 on the AP Calc exam.
Nice, Benny.
Okay.
Hey, let me ask you a question. So what does that mean? Does that mean that like these guys like right now, okay? It's what time is it? It's 11:35 Eastern time. They're sitting around the office. It's the off season, Brad Holmes or the draft. But like, are they sitting there? Is Ben Johnson writing out plays? Are they thinking about last year? Are they watching like what does he mean by that? Like, what does he mean by that? Like, they know all the plays that they've already done? Like, are they in there scheming every day?
I think he means that they're going to go next level.
But what does that mean? What is next level? Like
more yards, more points?
No, but does that mean like more motion or like I don't understand?
Maybe more of a Chief style of intricate motions and counter motions and just you couldn't even think of.
Right. So the stuff
lot like
maybe not up to the merry-go-round thing, but the fact of how they got so many people open by running guys across the screens, and we saw. So a lot of the scheme that Philadelphia couldn't adjust to was how open. Who was it? Like Pacheco and Tony were.
Yeah, John Parker says, I still remember differential equations from engineering school that melted my brain. That guy 62 says, only Woodward Sports would debate math techniques. LOL. That was flawless. I had a you asked a question. Okay. I gave you the answer. The answer's right. Why can't we move on? You know what I'm saying? Like, that was my problem with math. As we got up and up, they're like, well, you didn't show your work. I knew that's the answer. Yeah. What's the problem here?
No, I agree, but Steve and Baffy, that's why I love this chat group. This is great. Football offense calculus means that they're going to scheme specific plays for our most talented players, more stuff with specific guys doing multiple variations. Cool. That sounds like, calculus it is. Awesome. So that means more offense, right?
Yeah.
That means 40 points a game?
Probably. Right? But what else could it mean, right? Spenny, what do you make of all? You're a math guy. Explain it.
You just told us 3.0, baby.
Now you're on the hook.
Flex it.
Yeah, I was a 4-point plus.
Now you're our math insider.
I think he's just meaning it's more complex. The play calling, the playbook is going to be more complex than it was. They're going to have, like we saw it a little bit at the end of the year where they were lining up in the same formation, doing the same motions, doing the same things, and running multiple plays off the same action. So I think it's just going to continue to add on to
more refined.
More refined.
There you go. All right, that's a way to put it. Jason Moose says, they want you to show your work so they know what you're doing, LOL. You know what I'm doing. I got you the answer. Like, leave me alone.
Everybody wants to cheat off my work.
I had to do a math. I did have to take one math class in college, and it was called Math in an Everyday World. Okay, and we were cooking. Like, everything was fine. We came in there. It was like probability on a roulette wheel and stuff like that. I was like, okay.
Spenny ate 9 hot dogs and drank 9 beers in 9 innings.
Yeah.
He threw up 2 of them.
Equals 0.21 squared. Like that. I know that. We were fine. Everything was cool. It was like probability, like I said, on a roulette wheel and gambling and stuff like that. Cool. I got that for you all day long. Can calculate those on the spot.
Well, I'm going to do that math because we'll do the length of the game and what was the shortest inning, what was the longest inning.
They got the pitch clock now, too.
Which is fine. I can stay with you on that.
Yeah.
And then one day I walked into the class, and then we moved on to like interest, like credit card interest and compound interest and stuff like that. They had like an algebraic formula to solve it, but I didn't know how to use that. So I solved it for the month, and kept going till I got to a year. Yeah. Like, one question would take up like this whole sheet of paper here.
Oh, yeah.
But whatever, I got to it. All right, I got it done. And I would hand that in. And then the third segment of the class, I walk in one day, and they got a graph on the board, and it's graphing equations. And I'm like, what happened here?
Oh, yeah.
What happened?
Sine over cosine, all that stuff.
Yeah, I'm like, guys, what happened to the roulette wheel, man? We were all getting along so well. What happened? but I got a D+. I called a meeting with the professor, and I was like, look, professor, I show up every day. I don't cause any trouble. I just need to pass this class, and I'll never come to this side of campus again. And then, lo and behold, I got a D+.
Hell yeah.
Hey, if you ever been to the DMAC show or the slapstick comedy, you know my Mr. Timek 9th grade math story, which, by the way, I'll be in Brighton, Giannopolis on Sunday. But
Shout out.
I told you gave me a migraine. Thank you. Oh, that hurt my head. This math class.
I was good at math, but I liked science.
But congratulations, you passed.
Yes.
Okay.
And we were able to move on.
Thank God.
Stephen Baffy, Neal, it's like compound interest with variable rates for 11 different loans. Players on the field after each snap. That's basic addition and subtraction, the salary cap. There is no algebra with salary cap. Basic street math, addition and subtraction.
Math. Ooh, that's what I do.
Street math.
Street math. What?
Nothing.
Why are you laughing so much,
That's
Spenny?
funny.
Dork? Algebra, calc,
Hey, all right.
AP calc.
You know?
Hey, dork.
Hey,
Hey, nerd.
I did my thing.
Let's go Red Wings Sparty. I think I have this problem locked down. D-Mac, see if you can stick with this one.
All right.
Spenny walked into the club with $100. He gave Rain Dakota $76. How much did Spenny have remaining for Jordan Love?
24.
There you go. Street math. Street math. I'm with it.
That's a good street math.
I think that he overpaid Jordan Love and underpaid Dakota Rain.
Yeah.
Because Dakota Rain, we've all seen Dakota Rain. We're talking about Terry Foster's Dakota Rain, right?
In the cold Dakota rain.
A different Dakota. Yeah. Well, Rain Prescott.
Oh no! No.
Yeah, we're talking Rain Dakota.
That's what. Oh,
$3 Jaeger bombs for the next 3 songs. Coming up next to the stage, it's Rain Dakota.
Not Jordan Love, Brandy Love. Sorry, my sorry, spending my head was because you underpaid Brandy Love.
I guess the moral of the story is expect more out of the Lions offense.
We know how to
year.
spend 100, Spenny. That's the moral of the
That's
story.
all we need.
Yeah, right. You know what? That's it. Let me tell you about Cintron. How about that? It's an aspirational lifestyle beverage brand.
All
They
right.
have a line of sparkling flavored energy beverages and premium bottled water. Cintron's fashionable, functional, and fun. If you're looking for premium ingredients, long-lasting energy, balanced hydration, essential vitamins, and great taste, Cintron is your top choice. So you know what? Why wait? Buy online at drinkcintron.com. Cintron's also available on Amazon. Be about that prime life. And then you can have the Cranberry Classic or the sugar-free delivered right to your doorstep. Or have it the next time you're at LCA, proud partners with the Pistons and the Red Wings, and served at Little Caesars Arena. Drink it, live it with Cintron.
Can't get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle, baby, talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
Neal Ruhl here for Custom Health Centers. We can get your customized approach to weight loss like our own Ryan Ermanni. He's got a six-pack just like that. We're just kidding, D-Mac. Look at them. Look at those abs. Sculpted. Looks like a young D-Mac back in the OHL. No?
Maybe like 299.
99? Okay, all right. Hey, but anyway, we're just kidding a little bit there with that. But Ryan is down 15 pounds during his time with Custom Health Centers. They've over 20,000 success stories. You can be one too. They've helped many former professional athletes lose weight. Eddie Murray, Pro Bowl MVP for the Lions. Rick Mahorn, NBA champion and Piston bad boy. He's down over 50 pounds with Custom Health Centers. You can start losing weight today. Call Dr. Jason and Custom Health at 844-789-8446. Again, that's 844-789-FIN. It's Custom Health Centers. Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter here with you. Happy to have you along for the ride. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Don't forget the podcast page as well. Spotify, iTunes, whatever your podcast flavor is. Subscribe to the Big D Energy podcast right there. You'll see Darren's face on there. Click subscribe, and you are in there. NFL draft stuff. This is a process, right? And now we're into combine season this week, as a matter of fact, in Indianapolis.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a lot like the Super Bowl, but a little more expanded. You know, when the Super Bowl championship Sunday happens and you're like, I think the Chiefs are going to win. But then that week goes by. And then the pundits and the talking heads, because it's all everybody talks about, they're like, well, the Eagles do this well and the Eagles do that well. And you're like, yeah, they do. Maybe the Eagles are going to win. And you start kind of double clutching and stuff like that. I think we have that to a larger degree with the NFL draft. And I think we're going to start that process this week with the combine. It's going to be a huge story that Bryce Young is 5'10 and a half.
Well,
we know he's 5'10 and a half. We watched him play. So, D-Mac, are you still on that? I think universally Lions fans were like, Lions fans, you have to improve this defense. You got to go defense with the pick. That's pretty much everyone thought that, right, D-Mac? That's fair.
Yeah.
It's fair to say.
Absolutely.
You still on that?
Yeah, I think so. I think at the end of the day, it's like I trust whatever Brad Holmes' plan is. I think that at the combine, what do you look for? You're looking for the drama. Who's shooting up the board, right? Who are we looking at? AR-15, Anthony Richardson. What are the
clear-cut number one?
Or the comparables, what are the numbers, all this. We're looking for who's the fast guy, who's the fastest guy coming out of here. We're looking for guys to shoot up the board and the guys to shoot down the board, right? Who's going to ruin their draft stock? Who's going to be caught holding the bong, so to speak? Laramie Tunsil, for lack of a better word.
Gas mask.
Wasn't it him?
Yeah, the gas mask.
Which I would have drafted him first overall. But that's
and you'd have been justified because he's a good ass player.
He's a great player.
Yeah,
absolutely. See, but it is the drama. We're into anything that's drama, and this is a mini series. This is like a 5-day mini series or whatever else at only this time of year. And to your point, it only makes for somebody's argument. Fuels their argument. Good, bad, right, wrong, or indifferent. They're going to see what they're going to see, or they're not going to see what they're not going to see. So to me, it's more interesting because now you see like some of the quarterbacks come out and say, "I'm throwing on my pro day. I'm only going to do it on my pro day." I saw Jalen Carter. Right, he's not doing the combine. He's doing a pro day, or C.J. Stroud, or some of these quarterbacks coming out. They're choosing to throw at their university instead of at the combine. So I think that's the more interesting thing to me, Neal, is who's deciding to sort of like it's opt out than it is opt in. But also too, the guys that opt in, who's going to make a splash that we haven't seen from Appalachian State or something like that.
Right, and to me, I think it's the old formula, right? If I'm a Bryce Young, there's no point in me doing anything. The tape's the tape. I'm projected to be, 1, 2, whatever it is. There's no point for me. Will Anderson, I wouldn't work out either. If I'm Jalen Carter, I'm not going to work out. Because why? All I can do, only outcomes are negative.
So it's more interesting to see what they do, right?
Right.
To see
I would do whatever my strengths were.
It's a mini series. It's a drama. Yeah. Guys opting in, guys opting out. What's going on? So it's football. Football rules. We want it all the time. It's our number one pastime drug, wouldn't you say?
No, absolutely.
Like as far as the sports world.
So with all that being said, D-Mac, you still on the defense train? And we got it on the WoodwardSports.com chat poll right now. Get your vote in.
Yes, until I see something different. Like my idea might change if we go out and trade for Jalen Ramsey, but that can't be done until after June 1st, right?
Money-wise, yes.
Money-wise, right? So we don't worry about that. right? So, yes, I would expect that, but if it's not, then there's a reason for it. Like if Brad Holmes decides to take Bijan Robinson at 18, who am I to argue, right? It's because I trust him, and if I'm going to trust his plan until he proves that who he doesn't pick won't be a backbone. Look at it. Look at the first rounders that he's had. You know, to me, that's all. Like, and Jameson Williams still has to prove himself. But you know what? As far as Hutch and Sewell for being his backbone on offense and defense, that's the guy. And I'm not even talking about the later draft guys.
WoodwardSports.com chat poll, as we said, do you still think they need to do defense? 75% of you say yes, which kind of surprises me a little bit. I'll go around the room. Sam Flannel, you still on that train right now?
I never want to pigeonhole them to just you have to go defense. Obviously, the defense needs improvement from last year. It was their weaker unit, but it did play a lot better in the last 10 games of the season, as we talked about yesterday. They were the 8th-ranked scoring defense for a 10-game sample size, which is a big sample size. To me, you have the opportunity with your first two picks, your 2 picks in the first round, to maybe experiment with a few things. Obviously, if Will Anderson or Jalen Carter falls, you should run to the podium and take them. And if Tyree Wilson, if somehow a GM can convince themselves that they should take Tyree Wilson over Will Anderson, plus 3 or 4 quarterbacks go before 6, that's actually possible. But I would consider Bryce Young at 6 if he were available. I would consider a Quentin Johnston at 18 if he were available, and plug and play him and have him be a better DJ Chark type receiver from day one. But at the end of the day, if you can get 2 defensive starters, maybe one on the line, one at corner, like, you know, it's funny, I actually did a PFF mock draft simulator, and
of course you did.
Yeah. Well, I had to do it for Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, and you know who?
Of course you did.
Of course you did. Look at that subtle drop.
We'll talk about that later, by the way.
Yes.
Oh, again, that's 2 in 2 days.
Yeah.
Yes, but you know who?
Are you allowed to share this content with us,
absolutely.
or are you contractually bound to the final word?
Absolutely, because this would be to me a dream draft when it comes to defensive players. In this draft,
and he'll tell you at 2:00.
In this scenario, it actually has Will Anderson falling to the Lions at 6 and then getting Joey Porter Jr. at 18.
Okay.
If that were to happen, that would be my dream draft. But my point is that
fits right in with the final word.
You can, Benny.
You can go defense and get 2 defensive starters, but there are other things that you can do. It just depends on how the draft order shakes out. I know that's kind of a little bit of a cop-out, but at the end of the day, the Lions...
Cop-out by you?
Hey, the Lions do have options. They have a lot of holes, but they could improve on different areas. You could make this offense even more unstoppable, or you could solidify the defense. I love where the Lions could go in this draft.
WoodwardSports.com chat poll. Jack Harrington says Neal would be a great club DJ. I'm not saying I have done that in the past, but I'm not saying I haven't done that.
And he's not saying that if you don't present the opportunity and the bag, that voice travels.
It does.
Voice travels.
The voice travels for the bag. Absolutely. Spenmo, where are you at with it?
Realistically, I think they should go defense. Like Sam said, at 18, the offensive pieces that I'd be looking at would be Bijan Robinson and Quentin Johnston, if you're even thinking of offense, but I'd like to see them go defense. I think there's a lot of holes over there. Obviously, I love Christian Gonzalez. I want them to grab him. And then interior defensive line is their next biggest need. And outside of Jalen Carter and Kalaji Kancey, I don't really see any first-round graded interior defensive linemen, so I don't want them to reach for anybody there, but they need to grab something. They need to grab playmakers, and especially on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and that's where, too, like the defensive line thing, if I can't get my dudes, we've been single-handedly here at Big D Energy trying to push 4 quarterbacks.
Well, we're only being realistic on the greatness of the quarterbacks in
we're
this
just
draft.
We're just alerting everybody to the greatness of the 4 quarterbacks that should go in the top 5 picks of the draft at a minimum. If you're a smart franchise, that's what you'll do. Because if not, we're going to take them, and we'll be even greater because we'll have all this cap flexibility and a quarterback on a rookie contract. We're going to take one. I swear we are. So if you want one, you better either go get it or you better trade up and get it.
Better change my mind.
If you want one of the four, if you want 1983 quarterback class 2.0, which is what this quarterback class is, you better make your way up there and be a part of it. Because if you don't, you'll be left behind, and you'll be chasing it at the quarterback spot forever. I'm just saying that.
All right. Hey, real quick, okay? Because this is going to happen right now. Carter or Anderson, you have the choice.
If I had to choose between the two?
If you had the choice. Are you hoping for so this tells
I'm
me
trying
are you hoping to have the choice, or are you hoping that this
I don't care. Either or.
No, but is it easier to have one of them
made
there,
for you, you're saying?
The choice made for you, or right, is this make the choice for me?
Yeah, I don't care as long as I get one of them.
It's
you know
a harder,
what I'm saying?
but to my point that I just realized, it's a harder decision than I thought initially. If I had to choose which way I'm going to go, I almost wish that one of them goes 5 or 4 and one of them's left for me.
Right, which is all I'm asking is to get 4 quarterbacks in that top 5. Because in the math, again, I can understand street math. Yeah, but
you never know if a lineman could go or somebody could trade up or whatever like that. There's always a chance somebody panics and goes the best offensive lineman. You know, not saying that. So we could always hope. Just keep throwing in the universe to get one of them. I just wondered, would you guys rather have the choice? Do you have a definitive choice? Would you rather have the choice made for you that one of them is picked before?
I guess it becomes what your flavor is, like in what camp you are, because I think they need interior line help more. Like, just if you were valuing, what do you need more? You have obviously Aiden Hutchinson and James Houston. You have Charles Harris, hopefully coming back.
Yeah, but then you got 3.
Your edge spot is good. Is good.
I get it.
So you do need interior, an interior defensive lineman more, like in terms of need. But I always have a need for great players.
I know, but then you're thinking I got Hutchinson, Will Anderson, and James Houston, right, and I can rotate them.
Which is why I'll get you.
Spenny, I can rotate them.
Which is why we'll get, we got Spenmo's take there. I'll give you my take coming up in just a second after I tell you on the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Rack says, "Oh, it all makes sense now. Flannel must save all of his good takes for the other show and give all of his bad ones out here." Is he onto something with that, Sam Flannel?
No, I think I give great takes every single show that is honored to grace my presence.
All right, there you have it. There you have it. You on the final word again today?
I don't know.
2 to 4? Okay, very
I don't know.
fair.
I'll figure that out.
Very, very fair. Yeah, but I'll tell you where I think the Lions should go. I'll update you with the WoodwardSports.com chat poll as well. But there is no poll needed to know what you should do for lunch, especially if they're in your area.
No, there's no poll needed. It's just the obvious response, and it's Cousins Maine Lobster. Because Cousins Maine Lobster is up for best food truck in the city. So make sure you go vote for them at freep.com, Best of Detroit, and follow them on Facebook.com/CML Detroit for your chance to win a $300 Visa gift card if they win. Make sure you try Cousins Maine Lobster today. Scan the QR code and figure out where they will be rolling around the city, or check out their website, order ahead, and earn rewards. Make sure you try Cousins Maine Lobster.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
It's a great day to get some Sensoron in your life. Okay. There it is. Sensoron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Got double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Krogers, and if you want to know how, go to @centronworld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
Let Guardian Alarm offer you customized solutions from real experts, professional technicians who take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. But I need you to call Guardian Alarm today. The number 1-800.
Stay out.
24/7 professional monitoring. Call anytime, day or night. Know that a Guardian team member will stay on the phone with you as long as is needed. But I need you to call Guardian today. The number 1-800.
Stay out.
Technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work and people who have been proven to care. Business, personal, even our boy Flannel Sam and his flannels. How many straight days of flannel protection?
222.
222 straight days of flannel protection if you have something that you covet so special as Sam's flannels. Give Guardian a call today. 1-800.
Stay out. Stay out of the back of the net, Ottawa. Detroit really needs this one.
That was a nice one, Sam. Guardian Alarm, your local security experts. Tell them Big D Energy, we sent you.
Pulling up on the second hour of the show, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter here with you. Don't forget, subscribe to the podcast page as well. iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, rate, review, subscribe, all of that podcast business we've all been trained to do. You can rewind the show, fast forward the show, skip the parts you don't want to listen to, re-listen to the parts you do want to listen to. All of it. It's all out there for you. It's hand-delivered right to your phone. If you're lazy like me, it's absolutely perfect, with all apologies to Kurt Henning. WoodwardSports.com chat poll. You still think the Lions need to go defense in the first round of the draft? 77% of you say yes. Jason Moose says you can get a defensive tackle in the second round. And Jason, I'm with you. That's where my Mozzie Smith play comes in to full effect. I don't care about, he didn't get arrested, so it doesn't matter to me. So he can play football. That's all. I just want to win games, man. What about this nonsense? Steve Sauer says, is D-Mac pumped for Oak Island tonight? We're getting close to the treasure.
I was, except I saw something that one of the Laginas got pissed in the preview because they're going to have to change tactics or something. So now I'm a little bit bummed out, but I'm sticking with it. We're finding it. We got gold traces everywhere. It's coming. Don't you worry. You got to believe. Yes.
You've been believing for 10 years, haven't you, D-Mac?
11, but we'll keep on going. I'm too far invested to give in now.
You can never give up on it now,
I
could
can
you?
never no, I'm not the one to give up. Plus, I got Rick, I got Maddie,
yeah,
I got Mama Jan, I got everybody in the Army.
I know.
So we're going to go down. If we go down, we go down together. If we never find it, there's been other
Hey, at least we had the journey together.
That's it. That's what it's all about. It's not the destination. Destination's an oasis. It's about the journey.
These people, man. Yeah, so we're talking that. We're asking you the question. Do they still need to go, quote, defense the first two rounds of the draft? And for me, that is not the case where I am at. And the reason I say that, it's a lot like Sam Flannel in that I don't believe the Lions are at that spot yet to be...
Oh, it's an opinion.
This is an opinion, in my opinion.
That's why you said like Sam Flannel.
Like Sam Flannel. I'm basing this on opinion, my opinion. I'm not going to be, quote-unquote, pigeonholed into having to make a move or anything like that. I still believe that the Lions are in this final year of talent acquisition, i.e. in the draft. And I will kind of bring it all around. What if I were to save you almost $7 million in cap space and continue to be elite at a spot? Would you be interested?
I'm intrigued. I gotta listen.
Okay, so Vitae is a prime cut candidate, right? Back surgery, all that kind of stuff. You don't know what the story is.
Didn't we already have him on our cut list?
We did, yes.
Okay.
A lot of people said, hey, it's a tough business. So appreciate your service. Sorry to see you go, but you do save $7 million in cap space. That's where I step in with it. And I'm telling you guys, Pete Skoronski is a guy that I'm looking at. And look, everything has to kind of, fall right, I guess you could say. I'm just more comfortable at 6 overall. The cornerback thing, I'd be more comfortable going the guard route. And if Vitai's gone, who's going to take his spot right now? Anybody?
Stenberg, probably. Maybe Skipper.
What if I can get you the best one in the draft?
Well,
plug him in.
Yes.
And take this offensive line, D-Mac, that is a top 5? Where are we at with? We're top 5?
Yes.
Top 5 offensive line. And double down on it, D-Mac.
I like
maybe
it.
Take this to 1.
Maybe that's what they're going to do. If their
Am I crazy?
Especially if their guy's not there, maybe that's contingency plan. If Carter or Anderson, which they want,
and we're trying to speak the quarterback thing into existence, so we can get the Carter or the Anderson.
But maybe that's maybe that's plan A, maybe that's plan B. But if we're having this conversation, I'm sure they're having that conversation. And again, it goes back to it's. I trust in the fact that no matter what happens, no matter what they do. Whether if they stay there and draft the player available, right, and do that, we can see the writing on the wall. We have options. We don't have one way to go. We can go different ways, and Brad Holmes is driving. So I could see that, Neal, for sure. Right, and it's not the fact because we've already cut Vaitai, so we've almost made that pathway available when we did that.
And I will get you a high-level guard that pays for itself in the cap savings with Vaitai.
Well, right. It
more than
sense.
Pays for it.
You can explain the why.
And Huffardig kind of stole a little bit of my thunder here. Skoronski can play guard until Decker leaves, then Sewell goes to left tackle, Skoronski to right tackle. There is some versatility. There's a lot of talk that he could play tackle at the next level as well. I'm just the show goes on. You see what I'm saying?
And if this is your number one asset, your offensive line, what is the best? As a professional, right? It's about you have to do one thing 99.9% better than everybody else. And then you work on the rest, but you always have to hone that skill. You can't, like if it's your golf game, if the best part of it's the putting, well, you got to work on your putting to keep it the best part. Then you work on the rest of it to try to get it up, right? So maybe that's the avenue that they are going, and they're planning on going unless something that they don't predict, right, happens that they have to alter from in a good way. I think this is a positive no matter what. Right? Maybe that's the thing, is that they'd be able to trade back and get their same guy. Right? These are all questions. Again, it goes to the same thing we were talking about Ramsey, same thing we were talking about going back to the Micah Parsons thing. It's sorry, bro. Wrong Detroit, because now these conversations and that telephone line, that is open for business.
In 2025, if need be, you can move on from Taylor Decker at pretty much no cost. You see what I'm saying?
And you see the moving pieces that they already have.
I'm keeping it fluid.
Like who farted? I love it.
I'm keeping
who farted took the wind out of your sail.
I'm keeping it fluid, though.
Who farted took the wind?
Yeah, absolutely.
Who farted's a good name.
It is. But do you guys, where are you at with that with me? You mess with me on that one or no?
No.
No?
No, I don't know. I don't like it as much. I think, I like the idea of solidifying the offensive line, but it's something that we've seen Brad Holmes hit on picks later in the draft, and I think that is a pick where he can find a guard later in the draft because it's not a need on this team is to get that one more piece there.
See, I contend he could find a cornerback later in the draft.
Not as good as these guys.
Well, but that's where my 18 comes into play, too.
So you take how do you say his name again? It's not Saturansky, is it?
Skoronski? Yeah.
I keep thinking Saturansky, the basketball player, but you take Skoronski over a Tyree Wilson or a Miles Murphy?
Not necessarily over top, but I'm doing like worst case scenarios here, man, where say our campaign for year the quarterback doesn't work.
Yeah, and they're both gone. It's Levis or Richardson.
Yeah, and say Carter and Anderson and Wilson all go. And I'm sitting here, kind of holding the bag a little bit at 6.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to make lemonade out of the lemons, and I'm going to take Skoronski, and I'm going to reinforce one of the best units in the National Football League.
You're not
and 2
pigeonholed.
years from now, the Taylor Decker thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I am primed and ready to just keep it pushing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you got options, man. You're still going up the freeway or the highway. You might have to get off and take the alternate route because it's closed for a little bit because somebody messed up your plan up. But I think that it still gets you to where you're going. All these options to have, not only who to pick and what, are you going to solidify the defense? I think it's what is option A. Option A is the defensive guys. Right. Option B is like you have an option though. You don't just have to sit there and go, I need my quarterback like some teams do. I got to get a quarterback. I got to get this guy. I got to get this guy or this position. You have options. I think that proves that it's not the same also. You know what I'm saying? So and so you might have to, life's about altering. Right, you might have to alter your plan, and then that plan of what you just said, the offensive line goes into effect. We're the Decker, we're the money, and we just said, what do we see? Guys who are getting paid or bigger contracts like that. Would you say that Taylor Lewan in Tennessee was who got cut was sort of victim?
Well, yeah, he's going to be our Taylor Decker.
That's
in 2
what
years.
That's what my point. So then you could see it might be your plan B, but you're drafting the guard, and this motion you've put in play makes it, we can see it down the road, so it doesn't really hinder you. You're still moving forward.
Yeah, and that's where it is for me, like depth wise. Like it's easy to just like do surface
no matter
stuff
what
and
happens,
things like
you're
that.
gonna be moving forward. Coming out of this draft, you're gonna be getting better. That's the best part.
Absolutely, and your whole Lent season will be better at Big Boy, because Seafood Fest is back at Big Boy. Catch it while you can. Don't forget, you want your Friday nights to be better? That's pretty easy. Go to the all-you-can-eat fish fry buffet on Friday nights. What's your local Big Boy, Spenny? Which one's by you?
12 in Hoover.
12 in Hoover?
Yeah.
Friday, you want to get there in front of Spenny if you're going to the one at 12 in Warren at 12 in Hoover. Get there in front of him. That would be my advice to you. But hey, either way, you can enjoy the all-you-can-eat fish fry buffet on Friday night. Some of the favorites during Lent, like the shrimp Alfredo, shrimp stir fry, and the all-new fish sandwich. Get to your local Big Boy today before Spencer Raxter does.
Saturdays at 1 p.m. Make sure you're watching WoodwardSports.com for our new show, Chompin' Puck.
He shoots! He scores!
With four-time Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty and Michael Gentry, Chompin' Puck is taking the Detroit hockey community and giving them a voice. Pros to Joes. You'll get the best Detroit hockey coverage around. Chompin' Puck. Saturdays 1 p.m. on WoodwardSports.com.
When it comes to making your haircut truly an experience, there's no better place than Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Come to any one of our 26 Metro Detroit locations for an award-winning haircut experience and qualify for a chance to win a down payment for your dream home up to $200,000. Our precision haircut and talented stylists will have you looking good, feeling good, and give you a chance to change your life forever. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Can't get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to WoodwardSports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to WoodwardSports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
Neal Ruhl here for Chili Peppers Tanning. The cleanest salons in the D, spotless, sanitized rooms, and trained and certified tanning professionals. You can join the Pepper Club. Get all the best deals. They'll beat the competitors' prices by at least $5. You can pick up the Australian Gold Designer Skin Cal Tan and Spencer Raxter's favorite Swedish Beauty Lotions.
Oh, yeah.
27 locations. More on the way. Go to chilipepperstanning.com. Find out which one works best for you. The hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, and the darkest tans are at Chili Peppers Tanning.
Chili Peppers Tan?
Yes, sir. We are pushing through the second hour of the show. Show flying by on a Wednesday. Lots going on. In case you missed it, Kenny Golladay got cut by the Giants earlier today. They had to pay him $4.5 million in a bonus to go away. They paid him an insane amount of money for an insanely low amount of production. And we're sitting over here with Amon-Ra St. Brown. Holla.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah.
Was there anybody that got cut or that was franchised that caught your attention?
I know
Spenny was all hot and horny about the defensive tackle Payne, right?
Yeah.
But he got franchised, didn't he?
He did, yes. Unfortunately.
Was there anybody did you notice that came across? Were you surprised? Were you surprised anybody didn't get franchised? Is there anybody that
but they're still moving on that, obviously. March 15th is going to be a very, very big line in the sand as far as that goes. And I was just flipping through the story from Score Mobile that talked about, veterans that are going to be cut, like Ryan Tannehill, Tyron Smith. About Shaq Barrett, Spenny.
I'd still rather have Edmonds.
Yeah. Byron Jones from the Dolphins. Zeke Elliott obviously will be cut. They're saying Joe Mixon's a cut candidate as well.
Really?
Yes. So they're saying that.
Yeah, but didn't they always say that Jerry Jones wouldn't cut Zeke? But now he has to?
Yeah.
He has to now. They have to.
Right.
What is it? Zeke saves him $5 million.
$19 million, I think.
Yeah, saves him $5 million this year on the cap. What's he getting? $15 million.
Oh yeah, Joe Mixon got into that stuff where he threatened that lady at gunpoint. So that's probably why he's going to get cut.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Save you $7.3 million too.
Anybody out there cross your path that would work here, or just
we're not there
work?
like Khalil Mack, we're not.
So it's wait to the end.
Yeah, we're not.
Are more like plug and play. At
the
the
Chargers
end.
have to cut Khalil Mack. They'll save him $18 million on the cap. Have to. Carl Lawson, that guy seems like a big Spenmo guy.
Mm-hmm.
What else is out there? Adam Thielen, nah. Michael Thomas, hell no. And that was kind of the list of guys that they put out. So those are the level of names that you'll probably see out there.
And what would you consider?
Available.
What level would they be?
In terms of
level of names.
Level
second tier. Like those are good
none
players.
of those guys do anything. Yeah, like they were good
finish
players.
Your roster out guys, right?
Yeah. That's what this draft.
Thielen's good.
Yeah, this draft is. I think this draft is the last step of rookie contract talent acquisition. This is going to fill out the base with this 2 picks in the first round. All the multiple second round picks. Like this is it, man.
So the conversation we just had is you sort of telling me have that next year.
I think that's when we're there.
Next year. We need one more year to solidify, right? Get the foundation
and see where we're at with it.
And then say we added the different pieces and see where they're at with another year. Then we can get more interested in who's becoming available.
How do we finish this thing off?
And I can say to you, hey, can we afford this guy?
And the answer is yes, because got $100 million in cap space.
Perfect. Good. I was just a little bit ahead of myself, but something. Well,
but it's fine. Like again, going back to
You're getting excited.
We are getting excited.
Conversation.
We are getting excited
because it's a legitimate conversation instead of standing outside the window. Actually, got Christmas presents.
Yeah. And you go to it. You got 5 of the top 82 picks, man. So this is it
with a guy that can pick.
Now, don't be expect. I know everyone's going to expect all 5 to be Pro Bowlers. I'd take 2.
I'll take 2.
Yeah, 2 out of the 5 to be like bona fide starters. 1 Pro Bowler in there.
Yeah.
I'm more than good with that. And then I think you have the base, and then we ride.
That's right.
The next year we ride. Broncos Nation.
Broncos country.
And then I would even say D-Mac.
Right. Don't do that. Don't do Russell.
No, D-Mac,
no, don't do that.
This is the final piece here, this draft, in terms of talent acquisition.
Yes.
Then we get our guys. They can do lunges on the plane over to Germany or whatever it is they're playing. They can get action figure hair. They can do all of it because we're ready to ride.
That means they've won. They're winners. They've won a playoff game. They probably won a division. They probably made some noise. Maybe got there. Then they can do that.
That's right.
Yes.
We used to call that cup crazy.
Right, absolutely. But we're talking about hope, and we're talking about the Lions and stuff like that, and the everybody is fired up, right? They're the betting favorite to win their division. So much so that Spenmo caught this. Have you guys seen this? The Lions have almost 30% of the handle at Caesar Sports to win the NFC.
Yep.
Not to win the North. Not to go to the playoffs. Not in a season win total. Almost 30% of the handle is on the Lions to win the NFC, D-Mac. That's aggressive.
Twice as much money as
Lions
any other team.
fans.
Twice as much money as anybody else.
That's aggressive, but again, what are you going to do? I mean, the hype's real, and it's like what I'm saying is that not only did the phone lines open up communication, but obviously the spotlight, right? People believe it. It's not just us sitting here. What we see is sort of what we believe. Now, is it reality? I don't know. But it's something to strive for, right? Could we be getting ahead of ourselves?
D-Mac, that's a
there's
lot.
always the skeptics, right? I think that's way ahead of yourself, but there's always the skeptics, right? Look at how we felt coming out of Hard Knocks last year. But I believe this team makes mistakes and they learn from it, and they've adjusted to it, and that might be very aggressive for this year, but there's some reality to it. It's not the worst. I mean, hopefully that percentage is like $5 and $10, not 500.
30% of the handle, D-Mac.
I know that's
all the monies.
Yeah.
All the monies of everybody everywhere that bet with Caesar Sports is on the
what's the
Lions
odds?
to win the NFC.
Is that because of what the odds are at?
They were the 5th best odds.
To win the NFC. So what are they, about 8 to 1, 9 to 1?
Yes.
So that makes sense because your return on your investment, right? So they're
30% of the money.
Say is they're the best value. So does that mean that Vegas doesn't take them serious enough, and the fans think that there's more value there? Because if the handle's there, right? If I gotta, dude, that's one of the bets that I would make at 9 to 1, $100. That's a good investment. That's like betting Colorado last year. Well, they were 12 to 1 before to win the Stanley Cup.
Right, but this is just to win the NFC.
I get it, but it's 9 to 1, Neal. It's like betting auto racing. It's like betting Kyle Busch just hit 1,001. So I see how the handle can be because the money's there. It's not saying at 1 to 1, right? So if you want to explain the why, the reality of the why makes more sense. Because what's Philadelphia? Spenny?
Philadelphia was second behind San Francisco.
Well, what are those two? What are the odds?
I think I saw what they 2.5, 3 to 1.
The money's not. Do you see what the return on investment?
No, I see
Eagles
it.
are plus 340.
They're
so
plus
that's
340.
what I'm saying. And the Lions are what?
Plus 1,200.
That's what, dude. There it is. Easy. I'm gonna burn $100 to win 1,200 every day because I only got to hit it the one time, and it's more of a realistic bet. So that, if you want to explain why the handle is
a third of the money, though, D-Mac. Third of the money.
So let's do. I can do this kind of math. Okay, if the full money is 100 and a third of the money is 33, but 33 is at 12 to 1, and the rest of the 66 is at the 2.5 to 1. Where's your value?
No, I get it, but
so
I would turn that around, D-Mac, and say, so
what
if you're
they
a better,
expect, what they saw at the end of the year, what they feel like we feel coming out of the Lions, they're willing to put their money on it because the odds tell them that. I think it's a good bet.
But if you're a bettor and you're betting on the Eagles or you're betting on the Niners, you're going to bet more money on it, right? Because you need to make more.
But your Lions are your saver bet then.
But a third of the money,
right? You could be wrong on that one, and everybody has a saver bet. So maybe the Lions, a third of it is everybody's saver bet. I don't know. I'm trying to explain it.
Let's go. Red Wing Sparty says the real America's team. Are we comfortable with that? I'm not comfortable. I know D-Mac and Spenmo are singing about America right now, and I understand that. I'm not comfortable with this. I don't feel good about this.
49ers, your day is through, because now you have to answer to America.
Yeah. Trying to see the day, yeah.
Gypsness says, oh boy, playing with expectations is so different than they did last. Like, I'm not comfortable with this yet.
Okay. But I think whoever said that's right. It's like really America's team we're turning into. And why could you? I could see it. Everybody get behind Dan Campbell's like the America's dude. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like Dan Campbell's the guy, the more that he does it, the more that comes to it, and then eventually starts winning. And if it's this year with what him and Brad Holmes put together, I mean, like that's legitimate.
Yeah.
To me, it just tells me it's real when people are willing to put their money on it, and it explains that the odds are there. But they're willing to look like it's a head and heart bet. This sounds like they're putting their heart out there right now. They'll make their money later.
Brandon Kenny says, America. You guys, man. Well, hey, it's America.
Dan Campbell. Gonna see Lions.
Well, it is America, so you need insurance. We do know that.
That's true.
Yes, and freedom is the only way.
Freedom is the only way. Yeah.
Hell yeah, spinning. You know what else is the only way? Swiss Insurance, of course. Be sure to check with Swiss Insurance this week for your commercial insurance review. Many businesses choose a 1/1 effective date. Swiss can help make sure you have the proper coverage. Swiss Insurance, give us a shot and you won't be disappointed. Email them at mark@swissins.com. That is mark@swissins.com.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991? Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal, Ruhl, Darren, McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter. Tap in on the podcast page as well. Wherever you get them, Spotify, iTunes. Search Big D Energy, click subscribe, and you are in there. WoodwardSports.com, chat thread. Lots of talk about, quote, America. Yeah. Austin the Truth says, how are the Lions going to win without a quarterback? Would you say they need like a Pro Bowl level quarterback?
Yeah, like Tyler Huntley.
Right?
Yeah. Pro Bowl level quarterback would be nice.
There you go. I'm just saying, you know.
Goff had a great year.
He did, and even Spenmo's on that one. But that's a different conversation, you know, for a different day, and we'll get into all that as it rolls on. There's like a heated debate between Dame Lillard and Steph Curry.
I guess.
I don't understand what's going on there.
What's your answer, Neal?
Oh, Lillard's been going crazy. Like if his team wasn't in 11th place, he'd be the leader in MVP.
Yeah, I don't know. Give me Ja Morant. That's what I would do.
Luka
Doncic.
Ja Morant.
Yep.
Ja Morant.
Dame Lillard's nice with it, man. Like he's always been good. I've always wanted. He's going to be penalized. Are you guys done with this? Here's a problem for Lillard. Is he's going to be penalized because he tried to do it, quote unquote, the right way, right?
Yeah.
Like stay with the franchise, try to will him to it when he should have just kind of backed out and demanded a trade somewhere. And he's going to be penalized for it. Watch.
He's a good rapper, though.
He's all right.
Dame Dollar.
He was second in the nation in scoring in the NCAA at Reggie Hamilton out of Oakland University.
Yep.
His last year of college, just so you guys know that.
Where you go to college? Murray State?
What's that?
Where do you go to college? Murray State?
Weber State.
Weber State.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. John went to Murray State.
Yeah. Absolutely. So we're talking about it. A third of the money at Caesars Sportsbook is on the Lions to win the NFC and go to the Super Bowl. And this is where I draw the line. I'm not comfortable with that because for a lot of reasons, right? They don't have all those nice buildings because the people are right all the time. That's number one.
I saw somebody say, I see why Vegas is still around.
Yeah. It's... D-Mac, it's going to take me some time. You talked about warming up the engines.
Yes.
It's going to take me some time. I guess I'm a little slower than the rest of you.
Neal, if we're having that talk, but you have to get the system going to feel better. And I think that, it's more of a reality. I think maybe that's a great question, right? Is that like, you're not burning your money? I don't think that's a burning money. There's been way worse shots at investment, and especially at 12-1. I thought it was 9-1, and I thought it was good. To me, it's a long-term plan. Now, the reality of it, well, they're not the 3-4 plus 340 or whatever, so the reality is not there. But the hopium, right? You see that a lot, and the hopium turned on full blast right now. That's what it's all about. I mean, we have to get used to this. It's only going to get better, right? Because the writing's on the wall that it's only going to get better. It's not smoke and mirrors. You just said it. You think this is the year that the foundation through the draft is sort of set, so then we can go about it.
This is the final pour of the concrete.
Final pour of the concrete, right? And the reality is that you thought that you had to finish the basement with the concrete, but there might be a fact that a guy, Jalen Ramsey, who's a top end player that could make a difference on your team, if he might want to come here, and the money matches up, and you're having these conversations even before, right? They're wanting to put the pool in before the cement dries in the foundation of the basement, but that means because of the landscape is proper. Right, the landscape's leveled out, so the conversations are being there, and I think that's the excitement, and it shows because people put their money into where, like, this is their hopium. Like, I'd like to see what the exact number is and like who laid the largest bet or whatever. I'm saying like this, but it makes sense to me.
That
it's like
baffles me. A third of the money.
But
I know why, D-Mac. Like I know your fundamental reasons why. It staggers me, and you guys are funny.
Does it stagger you guys as much as it staggers him? Because it makes sense to me.
It does make sense.
I mean, like when he said it's a little aggressive, I'll agree it's aggressive, but it doesn't. It's not on the line.
At a sports book is bet on the Lions to win the NFC.
Well, futures like that aren't get rights. There's no perfect answer, and like D-Mac said, it's probably the best value bet that you can go for.
You know what, Spenny? I think you're right because I'm probably thinking in that old mindset of when you go to like my buddy Terminal Dennis, right?
PTSD.
Yeah, my buddy.
Hey, PTSD is real. We all have PTSD. Everybody has PTSD as a Lions fan. You're talking about Terminal Dennis, right? He's probably the last one that's going to come around that it's reality. Things are getting better because we're used to it not being. We're abused.
When he goes to Vegas, he puts $5 on the Tigers to win the World Series, $5 on the Pistons to win the NBA title, $5 on the Lions to win the Super Bowl.
That's nothing near this.
This is a third of the money, and I'm still thinking in that.
NFC at 12-1. It's a returnable. Can you not see that? Like if they didn't,
I know, I get it.
That means that everything that we're talking about came into place. What I say, here's the thing. I would say that the people that bet that are thinking that this Jalen Ramsey thing is a legitimate thing, because how are they going to get there, right? So the fact that people are willing to bet it just shows you, like, I don't know, the hopium and stuff.
How about this for WoodwardSports.com poll, Spenny? Would you be comfortable betting $100 on the Lions to win the NFC at 12-1? Simple question. Sam Flannel, would you be comfortable betting $100? Like $100, it's not going to break you per se, but you would rather not give away $100. Like, I think $100 is you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not nothing, but it's not a lot.
Or a day's work.
Yeah.
Just say a day's work.
Would you be comfortable betting
Unless
a
you're
day's
Neal.
work or $100 on the Detroit Lions to win the NFC, Sam Flannel?
I mean, probably not at this point. I agree with you, Neal, that it's a little bit aggressive, but at the same time, you look at the Philadelphia Eagles and how many free agents that defense, how many players kind of had their career years in contract seasons, like Javon Hargrave, James Bradbury, Miles Sanders. Even Jason Kelsey is still the best center in the NFL, and he's a free agent. Brandon Graham had one of his best seasons.
Nick Bosa is the best player in football.
That is true with the 49ers, but their quarterback situation. Do we really trust that Trey Lance? We don't know what he is. We don't know if...
I was told if you have a quarterback on a rookie deal, you're guaranteed to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you're not guaranteed. I mean, Trey Lance,
that's what I was
he
told.
had a chance last year, but he got hurt, and Brock Purdy, He had a devastating injury in the playoffs of his first season as the starter. Although as a starter, he looked good. So to me, there's no sure thing in the NFC at this point. I think it's a little aggressive to have 30% of the money be on the Lions. I agree with you on that, but I'm kind of
You putting $100 on it?
no.
Okay.
No.
Spenmo, you're probably not the person to ask because you and I are built the same way in that we have questionable discretionary spending habits. I'll say it like that.
Yeah.
That's fair.
That is fair.
I'll be the first to say it. I have spent an inordinate amount of money on bourbon at airport bars.
Yeah, I spent a lot of money on shoes.
So we're probably not the best people to judge this. How are you comfortable doing that?
I mean, yeah, if I had $100, yeah, I'd do it.
So no, because you don't have $100.
Yes.
Venmo racks, cash out.
Yeah, Venmo. I'd spend
Feed
more
his
racks.
house.
WoodwardSports.com
I would.
chat poll. Would you be comfortable betting $100 on the Lions to win the NFC
And that's the
at
whole
plus
thing.
1200?
What do you value?
62% of you say yes. So that's a little higher than I thought it would be. DMAC, obviously, you probably already did it.
Put
We were at the-
200. Well, yeah, because I
You
looked
did it
at-
during the commercial
I
break.
equate it to weed and poker buy-ins and what what have I done, differently. So when I do, but I would put 100 on it, and I'd put 200 to win the NFC, right?
So you'll step it up to 200.
No, to win the division,
The North.
to win
Gotcha.
the North, but 100 to win the NFC, right? And that's all I need to bet on them.
I haven't looked at what. Do you know offhand what they are to win the division? Just out of curiosity. I don't know if anybody saw that. But on the WoodwardSports.com chat throw, Wyatt Bear says, Motor City, F yeah. Verners, F yeah. Coney's, F yeah. McCarty, F yeah.
Yeah. Make a song. We're not going to be a grinder
Chuck Brewer
song.
says, Neal, doesn't Vegas know how to get folks to separate themselves from their money? That is true, Chuck. Those buildings are nice.
No way.
D. Smitty says, Neal, Vegas knows something we don't. Philip C. says, I ain't got $100. That's like Spenmo. Epic says, LOL, rationalizing poker buy-ins. I love it.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got to rationalize it with whatever else because you're the one that's got to put it. And to me, the entertainment value for the season, but I don't bet football during the season, so... so it doesn't. I bet NASCAR.
Alex Merrill says, I'm about to do it right now. You and D-Mac both.
Let's go.
Yeah, you and D-Mac both are doing it.
I just did it while we were sitting here.
Jason Moose says, you
12-1.
guys are high. That could be the case, but, we're talking about betting on the Lions.
It's called
right
fully
now.
medicated, whatever that way.
D. Smitty says, as long as Drake's not betting it, I'll go for it. That's fair. That's a smart man right there. That's a man that's smart with his money.
Hey, but just like Drake said, we won't see.
We gonna see.
So, again, it's just I'll have to warm up to this, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know that I would be comfortable putting $100.
No, there
on
it
the
is.
Lions.
Thomas Perry. I just put $20 at plus 1,100 on Fan.
That's not the question. The question is, would you put 100? Why didn't you put 100 on it?
But that's right. So his answer is no. I won't put 100, but yes, I'll put 20. So put whatever you're comfortable. That's the end of the day. It gives you a little bit of juice, but it makes something like I can see that's something that's got some return to it with the long-term investment. So his $20 over the next when will we find out if they won the NFC? Nearly a year.
Well, first they got to qualify for the playoffs.
Days, 280 days or whatever like that. So he's going to spend like less than a 0.0%
If they start out 1-6, you'll know by October. You know,
not if they make the playoffs. All they got to do is make the playoffs. But what I'm saying is that it's a long-term deal.
The Ronin says, Neal, let me hold a C note. Not for that. We're not doing it for that. I'm not comfortable. You get those odds, Penny? Or?
I don't think they're out yet.
Yo, you haven't seen it? Okay.
Division odds aren't out yet.
I would imagine they're going to be the favorite. They can be close to even money.
I did find out that Jared Goff is plus 3,500 to win MVP. Tied with Trey Lance, Russell Wilson, and Geno Smith.
Bronco Nation.
That's right.
Which is about where he
I may
slots
just
in
give Spenny
financially.
money just so he has to go down and physically bet that bet and stick it up on his mirror to look at it every.
Justin Fields is plus 2,500. I don't understand.
To win the MVP?
Yeah. That's weird. Is that not
No,
weird?
but they should trade him, right?
I mean, they're probably going to.
They're not trading him.
Jordan Love is also plus 3,500.
What's Justin Herbert?
Justin Herbert is plus 1,000.
Plus what?
Plus 1,000.
Oh.
I like Trevor Lawrence at plus 1,600. I think that's a good.
Do you?
At plus what?
1,600.
Yeah,
Sam
that's
Flannel.
good see, that's good value.
Yeah.
Sam Flannel's going to take the down payment for the house and put it on Justin Herbert because he's great.
You've been very, very disrespectful of Justin Herbert over the years. That's factual.
Tua Tagovailoa also plus 1,600.
Okay, there you go.
If he plays again.
There you go.
Hey. That's Trevor Lawrence has great value at plus 1,600. Way better than Justin Herbert.
No, Justin Herbert's tremendous value to get a career 500 quarterback at 10-1 to win the MVP.
You know, 2 consecutive 30 touchdown seasons to
I know.
start his career. It's not all his fault.
I know, but it's all Tua's fault. But it's not all Herbert's fault, which I think that's pretty funny how that shakes itself out. But hey, if you don't work out at Planet Fitness, that's your fault, because Planet Fitness, the official studio sponsor of Woodward Sports, is the best gym in the gym game today. That is fact, not opinion.
Sexual.
I was on that treadmill for an hour today. I took all of it in, looked around, everything, all the equipment, and I could be on a treadmill for an hour because there's all kinds of treadmills at Planet Fitness. You're never waiting for a machine or any of that nonsense. You can work out for just $10 a month. There's a black card option as well. You'd get unlimited guest privileges, access to over 2,000 Planet Fitni around the world. Just walk right in like you own the place, because you basically do when you are a black card member. Join today in club. You'll pass a couple on the way home, or log on your computer. Go to planetfitness.com right now and join, because it's Planet Fitness, Darren McCarty.
Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
Can't get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal, Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter here with you. Happy to have you all along for the ride. Jump in to that woodwardsports.com chat thread. Get your thoughts in there as well. Brandon Katz said Goff threw over 80% of his touchdown passes at home. I think Mahomes threw about 60% of his at home, too, if memory serves. That's how it works, man. People play better at home than they do on the road. Goff, Mahomes had 2 stinkers on the road this year, too. He was awful in the game at Cincinnati. Like that, it happens. It
Mahomes
happens to
only
Maybe
everyone.
that's part of the calculus.
Yeah.
Mahomes only threw one touchdown pass over 50 yards this year.
Man, he can't get the ball deep, huh?
Yeah.
It's almost like they schemed it that way, huh? He can't take the top off the defense anymore.
Doesn't have the arm strength.
He must be finished, Sam Flannel.
Choke on that Super Bowl MVP.
He must be finished. I'm just going by. Hey, that's how it is, man.
Hey, I mean, he's already put together a Hall of Fame career, a top 5 quarterback of all time in 5 seasons. So if he wants to be finished, that's fine. GOAT.
Right. So that's, and we're joking around, obviously, with it. I'm not comfortable with this huge amount of money that's bet on the Lions to go to the Super. Let's just call it what it is. 30% of the money's on the Lions to go to the Super Bowl out of the NFC.
That's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money. There is no doubt about it. But D-Mac's in there. 66% of you said you are comfortable betting $100 on the Lions to go to the Super Bowl at 12-1.
Duggan.
Wow.
Max Duggan.
JB will probably do the same.
He's in there?
Yeah, he said the Lions are going to make the Super Bowl this year.
Pay that man his money.
Wow. Again, I'm not comfortable with it. Last night, Pistons lost in Charlotte. Why is that notable? I think that cements a bottom 3 record for them.
It does.
Charlotte's won 5 games in a row. I would have to look and see what the overall standings were, but that was a big game because it was D-Mac's favorite. You know, that little bit of the swing game where it's going to tell you the story going forward. And just a quick perusal, the Hornets are 4.5 games up on the Pistons, and there's 20 games left?
Mm-hmm.
Right? About 20-ish left?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to take a lot. So
and the Thunder are 10 games up, so 13 games up. So yeah, it's bottom 3 is going to be Spurs, Rockets, Pistons.
Yeah, and that's pretty much locked up. So that's all that I asked for once Cade Cunningham was down for the year. Looks like mission accomplished. And you're going to take your shots, Benmo. You're going to have as good a shot as the other teams and let the ping pong balls fall where they may.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully it's 1 or 3. If it's not 1, I want 3.
You want the decision taken out of your hands?
Yes. Because I want Brandon Miller.
So do I.
Yeah. I mean, Scoot's. I think Scoot's going to be a great player, but I don't want to draft a 4th point guard in a row.
And I like where your head's at, though. Give me 1 or 3, so the decisions. Yeah. What if Miller gets taken too? Then
that would suck. That would suck.
Yeah. So Chuck Brewer says I'm with you, Spence, and that's where I am with it too, man. Like I think I would want Miller more than I would want.
I would
Scoot.
probably take Miller at 2.
So you do want 2 then?
Well, yeah, but I'm not the one picking.
So there you have it, D-Mac. It looks like mission accomplished for that. And look, I know that when we talk Pistons, I know the angle of that the crowd's going to take with KC and all that kind of stuff, and we can revisit that when the season's over. I know Spenmo's he keeps throwing it on the show sheet. He wants me to get to it and everything like that.
But that conversation's not for now. We all know where we feel. That's extended. Nothing's changed. Obviously, the organization's shown nothing's going to change. So let's focus on the stuff that, like Spencer, brings his eye. Because obviously, if it brings to your eye and what we want to focus on, then you know, obviously that's important. And I agree. It is a couple of the young twin towers, so to speak, right? The young guys, because it's all about moving forward.
They had a great game.
Dude, like the only thing is you could talk about it if you didn't think it would be addressed.
James Wiseman shot.
Right, we all
83%.
think we're going to address the coaching, right?
Yes.
It's going to be addressed. You think it's going to be addressed at the end of the season, right?
Yes.
The conversations will be had.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to have. So let's focus on what we like right now, or what maybe some positive that we're seeing.
I would be surprised if the Pistons did not have a new head coach next year.
Right, and so now's not the time for the conversation because what does it matter?
Yeah.
But what do we have and what do we like? Because there's a lot of guys that were out, but the guys that played hard.
Although Quinn Snyder just got taken off the market, which kind of sucks.
What about James Wiseman yesterday? Your because I know you lock into Pistons.
Yeah, he was.
You
balling.
still do?
Oh yeah.
I know you do.
Unfortunately. But yeah, he was balling. He shot 83% from the field, knocked a 3 down, was playing well. He's been better on defense than I expected him to be. He's obviously still got to learn to get more comfortable, and it would help if they had defensive game plan or defensive system or something to be put in place. But I'm excited for what he can be. Him and Bagley were playing together at the end of the game, and it didn't look bad. So we'll see what goes on. But I liked what I've seen out of Wiseman. And last night he balled. Like I said, he shot 83%, knocked down a 3, was playing well. Went coast to coast on a play. He looks good.
Chuck hit it. Chuck Brewer hit it. Wiseman is raw as hell, but potential is crazy.
Yes.
You see the potential, you see the rawness, you shake your head going, how are you so out of position? But then you go, wow, that's impressive. So then it comes down to coaching. It goes back to the initial conversation. That'll be addressed. But right now, like last night, the guys played hard, and it looks like they're playing, and they're having, the fun, and they're getting the opportunity with some guys on the bench. So it ain't about this year. It's about see if we can get lucky and get that first pick.
It's just I like seeing size. They look more like an NBA team.
But again, goes back to our initial opening conversation about the wings and losing Rasmussen's size. And when you look at the Pistons, looks more like a college team, right? And you like that, Neal, because why? Because that's what you need. Because now you're looking more with having a lineup that can compete, especially in the East.
Yeah, they look the part with Wiseman on the floor. They look the part, and I like that he's athletic, and I like that he can do some things. He's not Zach Edey out there.
Yeah, no, he can move.
He's not Hunter Dickinson.
He can get
out
up
there.
and down the court.
He can move around and all that kind of stuff.
He can drop on defense. He plays the pick and roll pretty well. So
I like it, and yeah, it was fine. That was. Look, I didn't set the system up this way. This is the way the system is. And you're penalized for winning at this point. Call it what it is, man. You are. You're penalized for winning. So, whatever, man. Just get it in there. They got their shot. You got your shot at the top 3. Just hope you don't see their envelope until they get to at least 3. That's all you can do. Just hope.
You're in the conversation.
Hope is the strategy, man. That's where it is. Unlike if you have a big project.
Well, you know what? It's great because that Alta uptime matters, and I look forward because I thank everybody who's tuned into the first couple episodes of Chomp and Puck. We're actually going to be shooting a live remote there tonight to the sponsorship, so I thank Alta for that, and you can actually catch it Saturday 1 o'clock. We will put it in part of the show. Also too, we're going to have Max Bultman on to talk about the trade deadline Thursday, I believe 3 o'clock for the NFL or NHL. So we'll get to it. But Alta, thank you. And at Alta, uptime matters. Alta Equipment has everything you need to get the job done. Have a bog project coming up. Alta Brent, they got you covered. Call them today, 844. Go to Alta. That's 844. Go to Alta.
You're about to be shell-shocked. The catch of the day is in. Big Boy Seafood Fest is officially back. Join us for some of your favorites like our popcorn shrimp and pike perch platters and our classic fish and chips. This year, we've reeled in some fresh catches like our shrimp Alfredo, shrimp stir fry, and our fish sandwich. And especially, don't forget about our all-you-can-eat Friday night fish fry buffet. Every day is a fish fry at Big Boy.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Olafson, DC, the founder of the Custom Health Centers, and we've helped thousands of people learn how easy it is to lose weight and keep it off with our customized weight loss and body contouring programs.
With Custom Health, you don't feel hungry, you eat well. My name is Simeon Timbuk, and I've lost 71 pounds on the program.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit CustomHealthCenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
We aren't quite sure if they consume more beer or sports. Either way, the heavyweights are here. Live on Woodward Sports, daily 5 to 7 p.m.
The Folding Warehouse in Hamtramck is the home of the original football bowling pin game called Folding. Multiple different ways you can play. They've got $12 open unlimited play and private lane reservation for $120 if you get thirsty. They got a $2 mystery beer vending machine, multiple fully loaded bars for you to choose from. And, like I said, Anthony Richardson always goes for a 300 at the Folding Warehouse every single time. So make sure you check them out in Hamtramck or visit them online at foldingwarehouse.com.
Final segment of the show here on a Tuesday. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal, Ruhl, Darren, McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter. Red Wings again, part 2 against Ottawa. Got to have it, D-Mac.
No, I mean, it is. It's a broken record. You know, the next game's the biggest game. Probably expect maybe to see Daron in the lineup tonight. He wasn't in there last night, so, let me see. No, it doesn't look like it. So they got to come back. They got to be more disciplined, right? Ottawa's going to play the same way. They play physical. So it's how you react to that. Expect a playoff type mentality, but as everybody said, this is right. You lose this, now you're chasing them. But this is the common thread for the last 20 games. So it was good to see Bertuzzi get on the board last night. Maybe he can get hot because he's known to be a little bit streaky, but expect Ville Husso to be rested and to be on top of his game.
Spenmo, you signing Larkin right here, right now.
Yes.
You got a month to decide.
Right here, right now.
Yes.
Man, he was quick on that. You were like Brad Holmes going to the podium to get Sewell.
Yeah.
What did he say?
For it.
He's just right, no hesitation. Yes.
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 'Cause that's it. That's my boy Spenny.
Woodward Sports.
You got Spenny on Chop and Puck too.
Facts.
Part of the squad.
Part of the squad.
Squad deep up in there.
Deep.
Brandon Katz. Wiseman was -11 on the court last night. His stats were in garbage time. Brandon, be careful.
Isn't the whole
be
team
careful.
garbage?
No, be careful with the plus-minus thing because Corey Joseph and R.J. Hampton combined to be +6, and they were 2 of 13 from the floor.
Yeah.
Did they affect winning? Yeah. Metrics would say no.
And like he's saying, he needs to go down to the G League because he can't handle. This is the perfect time for him to play for this team. It's a terrible team. They're not winning. Put him out there, let him get his reps.
D-Mac.
Yo.
Tonight.
Yeah.
I said it's must win. This is different, though, because this is must win. Because if you lose this game, you let Ottawa right back into it, and you're on even ground with them.
Well, you almost, it's
it becomes another team you have to pass.
The 4-point game, the 8-point. Yeah, no. Yes, exactly. Right where we expected to be. Right? So take care of your business, and it doesn't get any easier. You're coming home, but you got Seattle coming in, who's playing for stuff over in the West. So, I mean, it's a broken record, Neal. We just got to go out and we got to play better. They got to improve and be more disciplined. And you saw how lethal the power play was for Ottawa, so they got to clean it up. You expect the same exact game. They're gonna do. It's playoff hockey. Ottawa, you don't change anything, especially back to back if it's not broken.
Right, but it's a situation though. Again, you lose tonight, Ottawa passes you because they have more regulation wins.
Yes, great. I mean, it's always the same situation again. Hopefully, we're the last 2 games of the year. We're in the conversation that if we control our own destiny, but if we win the game, we're in. It's all you can hope. I mean, it's writing on the wall. It's been since day one, since it threw it in the universe.
What do you guys got coming up on the final word?
Tim Hortons, Francis.
I'm still not sure I'm on it, so I'll have to go to the back and check up on that.
Was that pouting? I'm not sure I'm on it.
He sounds like
instead of saying, you know what, no matter who will be talking about the final word, I'm sure it'll be about what were we talking about yesterday?
I mean, we got some Lion
sounds
stuff.
Like a jaded lover.
We got a lot of draft
Michigan
talk.
or anything on that show?
Actually, Ryan Ermanni says that he doesn't care about Michigan basketball right now. I had to kind of carry that segment for all of the Michigan basketball fans out there.
Well, it's good.
Here we go.
Dickinson's
but wait till the tournament comes in. If they don't get in, he'll be the one pounding the table. They should have been in. They should have been in.
I mean, I care about Michigan.
Give us a pew, Sam.
Pew, 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 pew. Shots.
No.
I don't care about Michigan basketball.
Shoo, 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 shoo.
So just so we know, Michigan is back to a football school.
Back to reality.
Everybody knows they're a football school.
Oh, are they? I know they're a basketball school. I was told they were a basketball school before.
I mean, they had a couple of NCAA Finals appearances in 2013 and 2018, so it's transitional. Michigan's back to a football school.
Francis Garcia says, Sam, quote, I'm so sick of Joanne, unquote.
I was. And
now it's okay.
But
he
with
still
new
has more to prove.
information, I can change my opinion.
So a win over Wisconsin makes it all okay.
It's not just the win over Wisconsin; it's the win over Michigan State, at Rutgers, and Wisconsin. That's 3 in a row. It's better than just one win. He's not absolved of everything in my books, but just kind of like last year, they finished the season strong. They made a bit of a tournament run. I could see them doing it again this season. It doesn't take away everything, but he's making lemonade out of a season that has been disappointing so far.
Let's go Red Wings party. Michigan baseball segment at 2:15? Question mark?
No.
We should do
Why
a
not?
Michigan State baseball.
Yeah.
segment.
I mean, you guys got one on us. I'll give you that. It's tough loss. Tough loss. I hate to.
What do you think what the turning point was in the Michigan State baseball game?
2-4-8.
We'll take your calls. Oh, sorry, we're out of time.
Oh man.
Tomorrow, you guys can call in if you want to talk Michigan baseball. You'll go right to the front of the line. We'll stop what we're doing, and you can talk about Michigan baseball. You ready for that convo tomorrow, D-Mac?
I love it. I love baseball.
All right, that'll do it. For Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, and Spencer Raxter, my name is Neal Ruhl. Thanks for tapping in to Big D Energy. Make sure you check out the podcast page, iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. Well, see you later.